Tonight on Newswatch, Athens City Council prepares to vote on the Conestoga Hut project tonight. Plus, President Donald Trump pivots, urging Congress to release the Epstein files. And in sports, Ohio football season is on the line, making tomorrow's game against UMass crucial. Newswatch starts right now. Good evening, I'm Serenity Prophet. Welcome to Newswatch. Athens City Council votes tonight on the Conestoga Huts at the Gathering Place. The temporary shelter would provide lodging for 3 people on North Congress. Community members and council were divided on this issue throughout the process. Joining us outside City Hall before the vote is reporter Charlie Ehlenfeld.
Thanks, Randy. The Conestoga Hut project began as 2 ordinances, but after pushback and setback, it's become 1. The initial proposal would have allowed for 3 huts on North Congress Street and allowed for the zoning for the huts to be in R3 and B3 zones. But after several public hearings, Athens City Council moved the ordinance considering the zoning change back to committee, where it encountered further pushback over allowing the huts across the city. Council members like Jessica Thomas and Solveig Spjeldenes voiced strong support for the program, but after reservations from Councilmember Alan Swank, who introduced the ordinance, it stalled. Without the ordinance amending zoning code, the city could open itself up to a lawsuit, according to Law Director Lisa Eliason. Councilmember Thomas spoke in favor of the review process and the danger passing one and not the other could pose.
The Gathering Place can't do what it's asking if this isn't in place. It's still a conditional use because there's a little bit of difference in the structure of it, but all the concerns were at first that this was spot zoning and that was very dangerous.
City Council ended the discussion on the ordinance, waiting for guidance from the law director on whether they're going to table or advance a vote to amend the ordinance and put it before council. 3 temporary shelters are all City Council will vote on tonight. We'll be sure to let you know the result of tonight's meeting. Back to you in the studio, Serenity.
Thanks, Charlie. Nelsonville has been the center of controversy for months. Citizens are asking for a change. Newswatch reporter Haley Richardson reports residents gave their input on the city's future at last week's open house.
There's a new Nelsonville and a new spirit.
Improving the city's image, infrastructure, and economy. The top issues Nelsonville residents want in the city's next comprehensive plan. Residents used posters, paper bags, and marbles to weigh in during last week's What's Next Nelsonville event. Della Rucker is the principal of the Wise Economy Workshop, an organization helping communities plan for the future. She says Nelsonville residents strike her as invested.
It's such a beautiful place and such amazing resources, and I was really honored that they asked me to come back.
This is Rucker's 2nd time working with Nelsonville. She worked on the city's last plan in 2005. 20 years later, Rucker says Nelsonville has made a lot of progress, but there's still work to be done.
The big question for tonight was, why are you here? What is it that matters to you here? And why should other people care about this community?
City Manager Fred Holmes says he wants to build a future for the younger generation.
You don't have to necessarily grow up and move away. There's lots of opportunities here.
Nelsonville Strategic Plan Steering Committee member Charlotte Beach says building that future starts with fixing the city's image. Nelsonville has been in several controversial lawsuits involving the city government, but Beach says the city's bad reputation is over-exaggerated.
Nelsonville has so much, and it can be so much. And when everybody gets going in that same direction, it's going to be unstoppable.
Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Haley Richardson in Nelsonville.
What's Next Nelsonville is releasing a community-wide survey this week. You can check the What's Next Nelsonville Facebook for more information. Now taking a look at your local weather and what you need to know. Let's turn it over to forecaster Emily Dietz.
Thanks, Serenity. It's another beautiful day down here in Southeast Ohio, a very classic November day. Right now we're looking at temperatures about 41 degrees and some beautiful clear skies. We had some gusts earlier today, but those winds have really calmed down. Now, unfortunately, these clear skies will not be staying very long. And in fact, over towards the west, towards the Great Plains and the Midwest area, we're seeing some development of some clouds and some rain showers. So as the evening carries on, we're going to start to see these clouds and these rains move in towards Ohio. But we won't be seeing any rain showers tonight. We'll just be seeing some cloud coverage. We're going to be seeing that rain tomorrow morning, where we do actually have a winter weather advisory issued because of those rain showers. So as the rains start to fall, we're going to be seeing some really cool temperatures as well. So we may be seeing some freezing rain from this precipitation that's going to be in effect from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. So make sure if you have a morning commute during those hours, you take the time to drive a little extra slow, because we're not going to be seeing a lot of ice accumulation, just small, tiny parts.
Thanks, Emily. Despite the government shutdown coming to an end, there's still uncertainty about when SNAP benefits will return for those who missed them during the shutdown. According to the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, SNAP recipients will get their benefits for November. The state processed partial payments for eligible households and will be deducted from recipients' full benefits for November. However, it's uncertain how long this process will take. The Ohio Department of Transportation is receiving investment for 28 public transit projects. These projects will help improve work transportation for Ohioans and help increase work opportunities. Athens County will receive $160,000 to ensure access to key job centers. Meigs County is also receiving 3 grants, which have different varying amounts and will help improve transportation infrastructure. Coming up, President Donald Trump now urges House Republicans to release the Epstein files. And travelers catch a break just heading into Thanksgiving.
We're seeing some rain showers going on into tomorrow morning, but also later on this week. Be sure to stay tuned to Newswatch to find out how this will impact you.
I am in favor of closing the libraries until we find a solution to the pornographic filth we do have.
We have librarians who are misunderstanding what is healthy for children.
It didn't dawn on us that we would come under attack.
There was a list of 850 books.
We were told, get rid of them.
This can't be America.
The Librarians, Monday, February 9th at 10/9 Central on PBS and the PBS app.
Feel the wonder wherever we are.
It was kind of a moment of enlightenment.
So come get lost with me. We'll see the great unknown.
It's home to me. Wow, that's beautiful.
We could be the greatest story ever told.
When we all work together, we make change. I still believe in that.
I'm excited. You my hero, you know that, right?
Thank you.
Most people believe that doctors are healers.
Love is why we're here.
Life goes fast.
Our story is everyone's story.
But it's just the start.
For more than 70 years, WOUB Public Media has been the place where people in our region turn to learn how stories of the past ignite the imagination of the future. It's where information, entertainment, and education work together to inform, enlighten, and inspire generations. It's the place where the community gathers to hear and see our world in new and innovative ways. WOUB, the public media you trust that's worthy of your support.
In a stark reversal, President Donald Trump now urges House Republicans to vote to release files related to the case of the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. A long-awaited
With a House vote looming and a mass of Republican defections expected, President Donald Trump making a reversal. In a Truth Social post Sunday night, Trump wrote, quote, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax. A House vote is expected as early as Tuesday after a bipartisan effort by Democratic Representative Ro Khanna of California and Republican Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky gathered enough signatures to force a vote. Massie told ABC ABC News on Sunday, he predicts more than 100 House Republicans could vote in favor of releasing the government's files related to the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender who died in prison in 2019. Trump has said he and Epstein were one-time friends. The president has never been linked to any wrongdoing in the crimes committed by Epstein.
I think we could have a deluge of Republicans. There could be 100 or more. I'm hoping to get a veto-proof majority on this legislation when it comes up for a vote.
The effort has prompted a split between Trump and previous close political allies like Massey, who he attacked on social media on Friday, and Georgia Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who said Sunday she doesn't understand why the president had been fighting the files release, as she doesn't believe he's done anything wrong.
I have no idea what's in the files. I can't even guess, but that is the questions everyone is asking, is why fight this so hard?
The House measure would have to pass the Republican-led Senate, and Trump has not said whether he would sign such a bill if it reached his desk. He also could order the release of the documents without Congress. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Thanksgiving is in 10 days, and travelers already have one less reason to worry. Airlines are resuming their normal schedules in the U.S. today following the FAA reopening all airspace early this morning. The FAA says it's lifting flight restrictions that affected 40 major airports during their government shutdown. A joint statement from the FAA and the Transportation Secretary cites, quote, safety trends and the steady decline of staffing trigger events in air-controlled traffic control facilities.
It does appear that air traffic controllers are working. The call-outs are minimal, and they're all getting bonuses now if they came to work. So I think the morale there is up, as well as the TSA.
The news might be a relief for people flying over Thanksgiving weekend, which is the busiest air travel period of the year. Experts say passengers should still check the airline apps for delays or cancellations, but for more typical reasons like weather. Dozens of people were arrested in North Carolina's largest city over the weekend. It was part of the Department of Homeland Security's latest immigration blitz, spearheaded by Customs and Border Protection. Lee Wallman has the latest on the Operation Charlotte's Web.
The community of Charlotte, North Carolina is on edge after federal agents arrested dozens of people over the weekend.
We've seen masked, heavily armed agents in paramilitary garb driving unmarked cars, targeting American citizens based on their skin color, racially profiling and picking up random people in parking lots and off of our sidewalks.
Students at a local high school plan to walk out Monday to protest the action by Customs and Border Protection agents as a part of Operation Charlotte's Web. A popular Colombian bakery temporarily closed its doors after the owner says agents tackled people outside of his shop.
I don't want to carry on my shoulders the heaviness of maybe a kid to lose their father or their mother because they were on their way to the bakery to get a cake.
Video this weekend shows federal agents smashing a car window and detaining a man with a real ID. He was released shortly after. CBP defended the incident in a statement saying, quote, officers followed their training and removed the individual from the vehicle and detained him.
What is this that allows folks just to be detained on the street, essentially profiled? This is not the way we operate in this community.
Unlike other federal enforcement operations in cities like Los Angeles and Chicago, President Donald Trump made almost no prior mention of Charlotte before last week. Some local Democrats believe the latest federal operation in Charlotte is a political ploy and is stoking unnecessary fear in the community. I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
So it's been a very warm weekend, and you know, the holidays are coming up and I'm looking for more snow. What do you think we're looking forward to?
Well, I wish I could say that we were getting more snow. Believe me, I absolutely love the snow, and we've already seen our first snow of the season, but unfortunately we just have a lot of rain on our forecast. And right now we actually have some beautiful clear skies, so it's a really nice day down here in Southeast Ohio. A very typical November day. We're seeing about 41 degrees for our temperatures. We had a little bit of some gusty winds late this afternoon, but those have since calmed down. Now these temperatures we're seeing are very standard across the Midwest as well. We're seeing that typical 40 degrees across, again, the Midwest, Great Plains area. Nothing out of the ordinary, but what we are looking at is what's going on down near Oklahoma. And in fact, we have a low pressure system beginning to build in that area with that pocket of warm air and that warm front attached to it. So right now down here in Southeast Ohio, we have some high pressure clearing those skies, but we have this low pressure that's going to be moving in, bringing in some rain showers along with this rainfall up to the north of us. So as the evening carries on. We're going to be seeing this rain start to pick up into our area, and we're going to be seeing mainly cloud coverage tonight, but early tomorrow morning, that's when we're going to be seeing this low pressure system plus this rain really take shape. And so tonight it'll be pretty cool outside. We're going to be seeing 32 degrees for our low with those partly cloudy skies, again, mainly from that system that's in the central Great Plains. Now with that 32 degrees for our overnight low means we also have a winter weather advisory issued throughout southeast Ohio. Now, this winter weather advisory is in effect from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m., and that's because we may be seeing some freezing rain showers. Now, that means when we have the rainfall, it hits the surface and immediately freezes because some of the surfaces are below freezing, and so we may be seeing some slick spots on the road. So if you commute to work or if you're walking in those early morning hours, you're going to need both an umbrella, but also need to watch out for any potential black ice that may be on the road. Now, we're going to be seeing rain throughout the rest of the day, and that should take care of all of the ice. We're not expecting any heavy accumulation of any ice. We're just looking at small patches that may disrupt your commute to work. So tomorrow, as we go on, we're going to see a high of about 46, so pretty chilly compared to today. We're going to be seeing 100% rain showers, so it's going to be a pretty rainy day tomorrow. We're not expecting any thunder or lightning either. It's just going to be steady rainfall. Now tomorrow you can see this start to move into the area. It's going to take more of a horizontal shape versus a vertical shape for our rain showers, which means we're going to be seeing this extend much further throughout the day tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we're going to see that carry on. It's going to get a little bit heavier throughout the day. We're going to be seeing, again, that low pressure really moving through the area, a little bit of warm air, but mostly that low pressure. And then by Wednesday, things are going to start wrapping up. We're going to continue to see some cloudy skies, a little sprinkle here and there, but for the most part, we're just going to be seeing the system carry on towards the East Coast. Now, if you thought this was it, unfortunately, it is not. We still have some low pressure building up towards the south, and while typically after a system like this, we see some clear skies, unfortunately, that is not the case. So low pressure building up in the south near Texas is actually going to pick up and sweep into our area later on this week. So while we're going to be seeing this rainfall in our area, we're going to then transition into cloudy skies, so then later this week transition into more rainfall as that low pressure really starts to take shape. So taking a look at our 7 days, we have a lot of cloud icons on there. So tomorrow is going to be a pretty rainy day. At least our temperatures are going to be pretty steady, not expecting any snow showers, just a possibility for ice tomorrow morning. And as we go into Friday, that's where we're going to be seeing that low pressure system hit yet again, and we're going to be seeing those rain showers throughout the day on Friday. We're going to be looking at about an inch of rain tomorrow, and then Friday we're looking at a little bit less and a little bit more consistent. And then by Sunday and Monday, as we start to move towards that holiday week, things are going to start to clear.
Thanks, Emily. It's World Prematurity Day, and an annual report card released today by the March of Dimes gives another bad grade to the U.S. when it comes to maternal and infant health, calling preterm birth rates a crisis in this country. Mandy Gaither has more.
For the fourth consecutive year, the U.S. has earned a grade of D+ for the number of babies born before 37 weeks of pregnancy in a report card released today by the March of Dimes, a maternal health nonprofit.
We absolutely are in a time of crisis. The United States is among the most dangerous high-income countries in the world for giving birth. And whether we're talking about outcomes for mom and baby, they're not where we want them to be.
The report says nearly 380,000 U.S. babies were born too soon in 2024. That's 1 in every 10 births. And racial disparities are getting worse, with the birth rates for babies born early to Black moms 1.5 times higher than for other babies.
That's particularly troublesome because we know that there aren't biological differences among races, and so there aren't biological reasons why babies should be more likely to be born preterm.
The report says there were also racial gaps for maternal health in the U.S. Mothers who are Black, American Indian, Alaska Native, or Pacific Islander die at 2 to 3 times the rate of white moms, and nearly 40,000 have severe complications every year.
How people are treated and experiences like racism and discrimination, and really should be an urgent call for all of us to think about how we improve the quality of health and health care in this country.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Next in sports, the time to win is now for Ohio football. Hear from Brian Smith when we return. We'll be right back, but until then, be sure to follow us on Instagram and X to stay up to date on all the news in Southeast Ohio. And stay tuned for a new episode of The Lookout coming Wednesday.
PBS PBS viewers believe that businesses that sponsor PBS on WOUB Public Television have a commitment to quality and excellence. Sponsoring a PBS television program offers your business a unique opportunity to connect with a highly engaged, loyal, and trustful audience in a clutter-free environment, leading to increased brand awareness, positive perception, and potential for higher customer engagement. Your sponsorship is important to the community, and the rewards come back to you in the form of loyal customers. Align your organization with America's most trusted news and public affairs network. WOUB Public Television is worthy of your trust. Contact Corporate Support Director Kathy Malesic at 740-593-4909 or online at woub.org/support.
CasualWorks was not designed, created, or maintained by people who studied disability. They're people who studied opportunity. If a person has very limited movement and can make little teeny circles, there's a place for you. The idea of workers contorting themselves to a job is one business model. Our business model is that the job responds to the worker.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
It's so nice to have you here. It's worth it. Wheels up in 5. Very simple, but very elegant food. I'm trying to save your father's life.
Excited?
I can't wait.
Welcome back to sports. I'm Natalie LaFleur. Ohio football is looking to take on the UMass Minutemen on the Frank tomorrow at 7 p.m. The Bobcats are sitting in a 5-way tie for second place in the conference and need to secure a win tomorrow for a chance to attend the MAC championship. Ohio is hungry to get back in the win column after a tough 17-13 loss to first place Western Michigan last week, which was a big missed opportunity. The regular season winds down. The Bobcats need to win out for the highest chance of traveling to Detroit for the championship. Head coach Brian Smith said they are only focused on what's ahead.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. The focus is on winning, and that's what I talk about with eliminating external factors, focusing on ourselves, our execution. I know players are going to be looking at that kind of stuff and trying to figure it out on their own, but we got to control what we can control. And the first thing we can control is how we play on Tuesday.
Sitting at the top of the conference is the Broncos, while everyone is sitting at a 4-2 record is looking to battle it out for the second place position. With 2 conference games left, anything is possible for these teams, and a switch up in the standings is likely since many of these teams play each other. As for Ohio men's basketball, they faced a tough Louisville team on the road. Despite their efforts, they fell short to the undefeated Cardinals 106-81 and took a loss back home to Athens. Ohio's Jackson Pavlensky tied his career high on Saturday afternoon with 28 points. Louisville outperformed the Bobcats in every category except for steals, in which Ohio recorded 9. Ohio has been outscored 196-141 over the course of the past week. After this loss, Ohio sits at a 1-3 overall record, and if they want a chance of improving moving forward, the Bobcats need to tighten up on defense. Despite the loss, head coach Jeff Bowles is thankful for this opportunity against the Cardinals, as the Bobcats have struggled to schedule high majors opponents.
It's hard for teams to do it. And, the 2 teams that agreed to do it were St. Mary's and Louisville. So for us, it's big, and for him to play a good mid-major team, says a lot about his confidence level, and he was at that level. He was doing the same thing, trying to get these games.
Now, Ohio volleyball made a statement on their senior night on Friday evening. In their second matchup against the Broncos, they took home a 3-1 win to close out their regular season. After starting off this season with an 11-game losing streak, the Bobcats have made quite the turnaround and finished their regular season 12-6 in the Mid-American Conference. Ohio's freshmen Maddie Long and Bailey Blair both had standout performances, with Blair wrapping up the game with a total of 16 kills and 2 blocks. Because of their latest win, the Bobcats have secured the 3 seed in the upcoming MAC tournament and will face Bowling Green on Friday night. If Ohio wins, they will continue to the semifinals on Saturday, and they would get a rematch with Western Michigan. That's all we've got for today. Be sure to check out woub.org/sports for more content, and be sure to check out the Gridiron Glory season finale at 11:30 Friday night.
Still ahead, an honorary Oscar for Hollywood staple. And here's a look at what's coming up on your public television station.
Next time on The American Revolution. Bunker Hill.
40%. That's horrendously high casualty rate.
A rare opportunity.
They found a way to escape their situation.
And the most important words in American history.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
When the American Revolution continues.
Tonight at 8 on WOUB.
Can you feel the moment
The American Revolution changed the world.
where the story unfolds?
Everybody had the sense of possibility worth fighting for.
What took place here still leaves us in awe.
We can work towards equality together.
Wow, this is the missing piece. Incredible.
To confront these figures from ancient history is a great privilege.
Our history tells us who we are, where we came from.
And it's all connected.
Like links in a chain.
Like links in a chain, yeah.
All I can do is say thank you.
Wow, this is phenomenal. I'm really grateful for this.
When my parents left us their home, we weren't sure what to do with the property.
Do you have land, residential, or commercial property you're not using? Donate it and support our station. You may even qualify for a sizable tax deduction.
It feels good to be able to give back, and they would have loved that too.
Your real estate donation can make a real impact. Call us toll-free or visit us online.
Actor Tom Cruise has finally received an Oscar. The legendary actor accepted an Academy Honorary Award on Sunday at the Governor's Award in California. In his acceptance speech, Cruise reflected on his love of cinema, and he paid a tribute to everyone who makes films possible. Cruise has been nominated for 4 Oscars over the course of his career, as Best Actor for Born on the 4th of July and Jerry Maguire, as Best Supporting Actor for Magnolia, and for Best Picture on his role as producer on Top Gun's Maverick. But Cruise has never won. Have you guys seen Top Gun?
I have. I love both movies, and also Mission Impossible too. They're just good.
I don't think I've seen Mission Impossible. Have you?
I shockingly have not seen either.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay.
They're definitely good action movies.
Yeah.
I can't recommend them enough for people just to watch. It's like a good, fun movie, you know. Carrying on. But taking a look at what we're expecting tonight for the weather, it's going to be pretty chilly out tonight, actually. We're looking at a low of 32 degrees. It's going to be pretty cold outside, but unfortunately, no snow. We are getting closer to the holiday season, but unfortunately, no snow on our forecast, but it certainly feels like we should be expecting some with that chilly temperature. Now, we'll be seeing some clouds start to move into our area as a low pressure system is developing out towards the west. Now, with that low pressure system, we're going to be expecting some rainfall in the early morning hours and throughout the day, but in the early morning, we are going to be seeing a winter weather advisory issued throughout southeast Ohio, and that is in effect from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. because we may be seeing some freezing rain happen. And that's going to be, we're looking at that being a possible hazard on roadways. So if you're driving to work, you're going to want to take a little extra precaution. But as that rain carries on throughout the day, we're not expecting a lot of that, or really any of that ice to stay. So tomorrow night, here's a big look at that system and what we're expecting to carry on. A lot of rain showers in the area. And the rest of this week is also looking pretty cloudy and rainy. Not a lot of sunshine leading up to Thanksgiving, but as we're taking a look later in the week after that rain passes on Friday and on Saturday, Sunday and Monday, leading up to Thanksgiving are looking to be pretty nice outside. So hopefully those nice conditions stay going into the holiday week.
That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Natalie and Emily, I'm Serenity Prophet. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Have a great night.